Alright, getting into game number 4, could possibly be the final map here. Skyhook needs to figure something out. So far, he's not been able to do too much against Seeker, but we're going to go ahead and get into our next match, which is going to be on Arena. Starting and spawning up here in the top left in red from BornGo Gaming, down to his final map. This is Skyhook. And his opponent in the bottom left just need this one more map to win this season's CSL. From Team Unrivaled, it is Seeker. So far, Skyhook has, he's kind of done the same thing most every game. He's going to go gas first here. I think the only game he didn't go gas first was game number 1. He still went into gas pretty quickly. He goes for early attacks, but Seeker is just so adept with defending that it's never been enough. It's never been enough damage for the investment that Skyhook puts into these early attacks, and he just can't make up the ground. In the middle of the game, when Skyhook is kind of rolling and puts out an actual kind of decent attack with mid-game units, it looks like he can roll through Seeker. It's just that early game attacking does not seem to be serving him too well. And once again, he's another 2-gas opener. Seeker with the SCV Scout is going to be able to see this pretty quickly also. So he's going to be able to react to this. I mean, the last game, it was a 3 racks off of this 2-gas opener, but there are a lot more SCVs, but I don't think Seeker actually got into the mineral line, really. He didn't really get over to the mineral line to see the amount of SCVs that we're mining. So he's still going to be a little bit blind for a while. Seeker does have his own double gas opener as well, just a little bit later than Skyhook's. Seeker does have a factory coming down a little bit later than Skyhook's, but that was the fact that Skyhook has a Reaper coming out, and it was just a Marine to start off with here for Seeker, and Seeker is actually playing a little bit scared here. Given he just played against a proxy, he is rolling around with some SCVs trying to figure out, make sure there's nothing sneaky going on, that he can actually scout and maybe just win the game in the first 2 minutes rather than it taking a little bit longer. But as it stands, he's still going to be a little bit concerned as to what is coming his way. And we do have a Hellion on the way here for Skyhook, and still Reapers from him. And in the first game, Skyhook went for a Reaper Hellion drop that didn't really do. I think it killed 1 SCV and it lost everything in the job except for the medevac. So that didn't work out too well for him. But this seems a little bit quicker, and Arena is a lot closer, despite the fact that they were on close air positions on Invader. It didn't work out too well for Skyhook, but he is actually moving out of the map a little bit with these first initial units. Seeker's actually, he has 1 bunker finished up top of his ramp, has another one on the way. Skyhook's going to poke in here, throw the grenades, and he's just going to back out. I assume he's just going to back out here. There are a couple more Reapers and a Hellion, and there is a medevac on the way. We do have a medevac on the way here for Seeker as well, and Seeker is, well, he's just making Hellions of his own right now. He's about to have 3, and I guess he might just go up to 4. Do a Hellion drop of his own, which could do a lot of damage depending on how soon Skyhook's medevac is able to get into the mineral line of Seeker and start wailing away. Skyhook's units are picked up here. He has his Liberator coming in also. He was doing this in the first game as well. It didn't work out too well for him, but he is attacking a little bit quicker this time. Yeah, Seeker's actually going to roll out with his 4 Hellions, and they're going to pass each other just briefly. I don't know if Skyhook actually saw that, but Skyhook's drop is here, and there's just a few Marines over here right now. There's 5 Marines, I think, to deal with these Reapers and the Hellions here. We're trying chasing those around as best as they possibly can. More and more SCVs are going down, but these Reapers and Hellions are pretty well trapped now. They killed quite a bit, killed 18 ACVs over here, but the Hellions on this side of the map, there's nothing. There's a tank. There's a tank that is quite immobile, and some SCVs, and that's really all there is. The Liberator and the drop are coming back now, but Seeker he's just gonna get out. He's gonna just actually drop on the top of the tank. No, he's just gonna get out of here. So both players lose quite a high number of SCVs here. Skyhook did more damage. He is at 14 SCVs to 9. He has a command center on the way as well. No second command center here on the way just yet for Skyhook. Hellions going to be rolling in once again. There's nothing really over here. There's a few Hellions. There's one Hellion, a Reaper, and a couple of Marines, but that's really all there is, and I think he may have just evened up the worker count. Yeah, evened up the worker count there. Oh, the tank drop gets killed off by Marines, and I'm guessing the same is going to happen to this Liberator before it actually gets any damage done. Yeah, no damage there by the Liberator, and this lead that Skyhook had has just absolutely disappeared. SCV count is even for the time being. There's one Hellion here, but it's pretty badly hurt, so he's going to get out of there. Skyhook does have the second command center, which is absolutely huge right now. But I'm not sure if Seeker's going to expand. He hasn't yet. He's still just making units. He's making some siege tanks now, and he's getting a couple of Vikings as well to help out with the air control. And he killing off that Liberator and killing off that tank drop that Skyhook was bringing across the map was quite massive. And he's going to move across the map now. He does have the one medevac left over still. He also has a Hellion over here to help to join forces with these Marines and these tanks. Once there are 2 tanks on Skyhook's side of the map from Seeker, it's going to get quite scary. Skyhook put a reactor on his starport there, but really nothing doing with that. He's still just making one starport unit at a time. He just doesn't have the money for it. Losing as many SCVs as he did. These tanks are in really defensive positions right now. Worried more probably for a drop in his mineral line again. He just doesn't want to lose any more mineral or any more SCVs than he already has. Has he seen anything? No, he hasn't really seen anything just yet. The Vikings do poke forward just a little bit. I just want to see what is up, and having that air control is going to be so big right now, especially not only for the vision, but he's going to be able to pick off that single medevac. Marines going to try to pop down here and force these units away, which they do pretty well. The tank does get dropped once again. He needs to pick that up, or he does pick that up. He needs to get out there with that medevac. So close to dying. Everything's so close to dying. The tank does go down. That's a really nice pickup there for Skyhook. So Seeker will have to back up, at least momentarily. Really good news for Skyhook is the fact that he didn't lose any tanks. He still has 3 currently, has a 4th one on the way. And he's making a Viking right now. No command center. He's still here from Seeker. Still sitting on just a 1-1-1 setup. He's not even trying to get stem right now. Did he get +1 or anything? No, he didn't get +1 either. He's just trying to make as many units as he possibly can. Is he seeing that? Yeah. He saw the command center a long time ago. He just hasn't made his own. I mean, he doesn't have the money for it. He's just making units. I think he would just have to stop making Marines for a little while. But I gotta assume that he just wants to all in off of this. At the very least, he'll probably end up floating this command center down to his natural once the minerals mine out up there. But this is kind of a scary situation to be pushing into. The one good thing for Seeker is definitely the fact that Skyhook has 0 medevacs right now. He's about to have 2, so he will have a little bit of mobility. But 3 Vikings here against no medevacs. There's 2 Vikings here and some Marines. That's really all there is. Skyhook hasn't yet seen this is coming up. Tanks do get dropped down. 3 tanks shelling away here. As soon as Seeker, well, he's about to even up that. He evens up the Viking count without any shots actually going down. 1 tank is so badly hurt. And the Vikings from Seeker do die. Skyhook retains 1. Actually, there is 1 more Viking left. I did not see the other one left over there. These tanks are so close to death, and they are so important right now for Skyhook. He has to keep those alive. Still no command center back home. Actually, looks like he's going to be throwing a command center down now, finally, for Seeker. But he is content to just harass as much as he possibly can, dropping 2 tanks up on the high ground with 1 on the low ground still helping out. Skyhook trying to come from behind, take out the remaining tank on the low ground, and then move in on the tanks that are in the high ground. But he's just not getting the damage done in the manner he needs to get it done in. Just pick up this tank and save his life, so that's good at least. Because of this earlier second command center, Skyhook's work count is still pretty even. It's just that he's bleeding so much in the way of units right now. Looking at the resources lost, it's 1,000 more from Skyhook than in Seeker. which is a pretty big deal at this early point of the game. I feel like Skyhook might want to scan before he drops his tanks next time. He just keeps taking free damage because this does not have that air control that he really needs. He's going to try and roll in with some Marines and take out one of the medevacs, but tanks do get dropped down and he's going to have to back off. Is he going to go across the map? Yeah, I guess he's going to cross the map, and he's going to run directly into a Viking, which kind of sucks. The Viking's not paying attention, but this might cue Seeker to just go for it. Tank count is even right now on this side of the map, but again, having this air control is going to be really nice for him. Marines do drop in the main mineral line here for Skyhook, killing up a lot of SCVs at the same time. His main is, or his natural, is still being sieged. There's not much back home right now for Seeker. He does have a single tank right now. He doesn't want to try to get on top of that, but he's not quite able to do so. Still combat shield in production here for Skyhook, but still be quite a long time before that gets finished. Skyhook wants to take out. He does take out that Viking at least. He'll put a little bit of damage on there. Skyhook is just pulling everything right now against 2 siege tanks, and he's gonna tap out there. So Seeker is going to sweep here. He's going to sweep here in the CSL final. That 4-0 victory for him. So congratulations to Seeker, this season's CSL champion. Kind of a shame it was a sweep. I think it's actually been pretty common in the CSL finals. I don't think anything's gone past 5 maps in any of the seasons. I'll have to double check that, but I think that might be true. Which is kind of sad, but you know, it is what it is. So yeah, congrats to Seeker. Yeah, I'm just looking at, let's see, 4-1 last season. 4-0, I think the very first season there was a 4-0. Yeah. Let's go to the overview. I'm just not doing what I want to do. I can't remember how to get back to it. That's right. Anyway, yeah, that's going to do it for this. Seeker will be your CSL 2016 Season 2 champion. As far as Season 3 goes, I'm going to be moving again here in a few weeks, so I'm not going to be starting it anytime soon. Let the next ladder season kind of work itself out, settle everything down, and go from there. So probably maybe make it mid-August if I'm lucky. It depends on how insane everything is, or where I am going. But yeah, that's going to do it for this season. Thanks for watching. Again, this is part of the CTL. If you're interested, do go to chobateamleague.com. Check that out. Do give me a follow. I don't do too much in the way of StarCraft anymore, but I do try to stream some other things from time to time. But yeah, that's going to do it for me, and thanks for watching.